Tonight, somewhere near you, someone is swiping right. They'll spend maybe 3 seconds looking at a photo before deciding yes or no. Then they'll exchange a few messages, maybe meet for coffee, and if everything goes well, something ancient will stir inside them that they can't quite explain. We call it chemistry, but chemistry didn't start with dating apps. It didn't start with candlelit dinners or love letters or arranged marriages. It started hundreds of thousands of years ago in small bands of wandering humans who had no language for what they were feeling. No rituals, no rules, just instinct, proximity, and fire. And what they did to find each other changed the course of the entire human species. Let's start with the numbers because they're uncomfortable. For most of human prehistory, your entire world was about 25 people. That's it. That's everyone you knew, your band, the group you hunted with, slept near, shared food with, rarely exceeded 50 individuals. And within that group, roughly half were children or elderly. Half of the remaining adults were the wrong sex. Some were siblings. By the time you finished eliminating everyone, your realistic mating options were maybe 5 or 6 people. Your entire Tinder pool was 6 people, and you saw all of them every single day. This is why anthropologists believe early humans were far more mobile than we once thought, not just following food, following people. Here's what the evidence actually shows. Ancient humans didn't stay with one group forever. Genetic studies published in Science in 2015 revealed something stunning about early human populations. Unlike nearly every other primate, humans regularly left their birth groups after reaching adulthood. Both men and women did this. They walked into the territory of strangers, sometimes traveling dozens of miles, and integrated with entirely unfamiliar bands. This wasn't random wandering. This was mate-seeking. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, rarely do this. When chimp females leave, it's forced. When humans left, it appears to have been voluntary, strategic, intentional. We were the first animal on Earth to go looking for love. But how did you signal interest when you had no words for it? The answer is older than language itself, your body. Evolutionary psychologist David Buss has spent decades studying attraction across cultures, and what he found is remarkable. The signals humans use to advertise genetic fitness are almost identical across every culture ever studied. Wide hips, symmetrical faces, clear skin, height, the ratio of waist to hip. These aren't social constructs, they're biological broadcasts. You were advertising yourself the moment you walked into a new camp, and here's the part that almost nobody knows. Humans are one of the only species on Earth where females don't have visible estrous cycle. In other primates, when a female is fertile, everyone knows. The swelling, the coloring, the smell, it's obvious. In humans, ovulation is hidden. Scientists still debate exactly why this happened, but the leading theory is fascinating. Hidden ovulation forced male partners to stay. If you could never be sure when your partner was fertile, you couldn't just show up once a month. You had to stick around. You had to invest. Hidden ovulation may be one of the primary reasons human males began providing resources to their partners: food, protection, help raising offspring, which is vanishingly rare in the animal kingdom. We didn't just find mates, we invented commitment, and it may have started with a biological secret, but biology only gets you so far. Because ancient humans also had something no other animal had: performance. In 2017, a team of researchers studying the Hadza people of Tanzania, one of the last hunter-gatherer societies on Earth, made a discovery that turned heads in the scientific community. When they tracked which men were considered most desirable by Hadza women, it wasn't the best hunters. It wasn't the strongest men. It was the best singers. Men who sang well, told compelling stories, and performed skillfully around the communal fire were rated as significantly more attractive mates. The researchers called it Campfire Effect. Social performance, the ability to capture attention, hold a room, make people feel something, was a major driver of mate selection. Think about that. Somewhere in the deep past, a young man sat down by a fire, opened his mouth, and made the whole camp go quiet. And a woman across the fire decided right then that he was the one. This is why we have music. This is why we have storytelling. We didn't develop them for entertainment. We developed them to attract mates. Art itself may be one long mating display that somehow outlived its original purpose. And then there was the gift. Archaeological sites across Europe and Africa have uncovered something unexpected at early human encampments: objects with no practical value. Shells drilled with holes to be worn as beads, ochre carved into symbolic shapes, animal teeth strung together as jewelry. These weren't tools. They were gifts. Researchers believe early humans used these objects the same way bowerbird used twigs and bottle caps to demonstrate creativity, effort, and resources. To say without words, I made this for you. I had enough surplus energy to make something beautiful. We were making romantic gestures 100,000 years before anyone had a word for romance. So, where does this leave us? We swipe through hundreds of faces. We optimize our profile photos. We agonize over first messages. We read books about attachment styles and love languages and why he hasn't texted back. And underneath all of it, the same ancient machinery is running. The same biological signals being broadcast and received. The same instinct to perform, to create, to offer gifts, to seek out someone from beyond your immediate circle and pull them into your life. You feel nervous before a first date because your ancestors felt nervous walking into a stranger's camp. You dress carefully because they painted their skin with ochre. You tell your best stories because somewhere, 80,000 years ago, a man sang by a fire and changed everything. None of it is new. The apps are new. The language is new. The rituals have changed 1,000 times over. But the search is ancient. And every time you feel that pull towards someone, that inexplicable, irrational, overwhelming pull, you're not imagining it. You're remembering it.